everybody, welcome back to our channel. I'm Taylor.
I'm Blanca, and today is
Wicked Wine Wednesdays, where we talk about true crime and sample wines.
Today we'll be discussing the two teens that are currently being accused of murder.
So if you like wine and true crime, don't forget to
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Before we dive in, I just want to remind you guys that we've been talking about the wines that we tried at the end of the video, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned until then. And I also want to remind you guys that we will be posting a video every other Wednesday. So let's dive in. This case is kind of a difficult case to cover because it has to do with a young girl and a young adult. The girl's name is Sierra Halseth and her boyfriend's name is Aaron Guerrero. And they are currently being accused of killing Sierra's father. Let's just say they both pled not guilty, which is an interesting outtake on that. Sierra was born December 20th, 2004, which makes her a Sagittarius. And she was, I think, currently living with her dad, whose name is Daniel Halseth. And it was like kind of a custody battle between him and her mother, Elizabeth, who was also a former senator of Nevada. And they had got a divorce in 2011. And Sierra was kind of stuck in between that limbo with her mom and her dad. And she ended up dating a guy named Aaron Guerrero. She started dating him in December. And I guess they hit it off, but her parents weren't fans of him because he was 18 and she's 16. So they were like, nope, can't be doing that. You need to focus on school. You need to do all that. And then, do what you need to do. And we can say that they weren't happy about that. They weren't happy about their parents trying to keep them apart. So what did they do in order to make sure that they stayed together? That's right. They murdered her dad.
I don't know how that would even keep you together because once you get caught, then you're separated.
Yeah, but they obviously didn't think they were going to get caught.
Daniel Halseth was only 45 at the time of his death. Now, he was in IT and consulting business, I think. That was like his profession. But on the side, he was very enthusiastic about working out, music. He actually was like really big on Instagram and was, I think, posting like fitness videos, and then was also posting videos like with his family and his daughter, and just how all of that meant so much to him. Because when you're a parent, you love your family time. You love when your kids are with you, even when they get old. Like, it's just a grand old time when your kid's with you.
And I don't think Sierra was on Instagram either. Like, all the videos and pictures that are of Sierra are from,
I think,
posting from Daniel.
Yeah, from his. So she was like anti-social media, and her dad was more social media.
Mm-hmm. He had like 20,000 followers or something.
Now, after Daniel was murdered, Sierra and Aaron decide to make this video, which I believe we'll be posting and watching right now, so we'll get into that in a moment. But this video is just truly horrifying and disgusting. After I watched it, I was like, what the heck? And I guess let's just watch it and let's see how you guys feel about it, and then we'll continue more on it.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel. After murdering day 3 after murdering somebody.
Wow! Don't put that on the camera.
It was worth it.
And we had sex a lot today.
It was worth it. I got plenty of sex on it. I was payment for doing it.
And no bleeding this time. We got through that. We overcame.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I feel like at the end he's just trying to mimic like screams
Yeah, like
of
what
like
was that?
of like the dad or something. Like I don't know. It's disgusting. It's horrifying, and then it's like
It's super eerie.
it
Like
very shows that he is like the dominant person in their relationship. He's slapping her in the face, choking her to the point where she's gasping for air. Like
there's definitely a power dynamic going on. I mean, obviously, we can't say right now. This case is pretty recent. This just happened in April. So,
of this year.
yeah, of this year, like just a few months ago. So, we can't say who was the one who wanted this murder to happen. Maybe it was both of them. We don't know if one weighed more than the other.
But just watching it is so
I don't know. There was a child therapist who watched the video, and even she said there was like a power dynamic going on, but she couldn't tell from the video who was the one more likely to be persuaded to murder the dad. So we don't really know right now.
Both of them pleading not guilty. Can only wait till trial, which I think is set in December.
Yeah, we can. Hopefully, there's more that we can touch on this. Hopefully, later on, we can come back to this case and have more to work with, because this is really, really recent, so there's not much to go off of. But
and, I mean,
we
honestly,
felt like it was necessary to
here's
talk about.
hoping there's some justice for Daniel after all this.
Oh, for sure. Who cares that they're 16 and 18?
No, like, you know what you were doing.
We're not really sure about the timeline, but when Daniel was murdered, his mom was texting Sierra, asking her, "Where's your dad? I can't get a hold of him. What's going on?" And she was basically just saying, his phone's been acting up. He's okay. No worries. Like, his phone should be better by tomorrow. And she still hadn't heard from him. So she starts telling her, like, I need to talk to my son. I want to talk to my son. Does he have his laptop? Like, what's going on here? What's the problem? And Sierra's not replying, so she's blowing up her phone. Like, I need to talk to my son. And it's so, so sad because, mother's intuition seems to always be right. And it was clear that she knew something was wrong by the way that she was talking to Sierra, and she was telling her, can you have your dad call me from your phone? And Sierra replies with like, yeah, but one of the friends or whatever wants to call him first, and he's in the shower right now. And his mom's like, I'm completely serious. You need to have him call me right away. I want to hear from him. And it kind of just goes silent, and she tells her, I'm going to have Peggy, I guess, which is one of the friends, go over there and do a welfare check. And unfortunately, when they did, it was on April 9th, and they found Daniel dead. And he had died from 70 stab wounds. And they stuffed him into a sleeping bag and burned him from head to toe. And from the autopsy, they found some saw marks on the body, so it's apparent that they attempted to dismember him. And, they left the crime scene how it was. They up and left. They went on the run. And they were later apprehended in Salt Lake City. And they were using Daniel's credit cards to purchase things like bleach from Winco, and I'll post a picture of the receipt. And they also bought Tropicana orange juice.
I mean, maybe you were just trying to make it seem like you were getting some OJ and some bleach to clean the house. I don't even know.
But they were using his cards to do all that, and it's just very, very unfortunate. They even have security footage. I guess they went to Winco and Home Depot. So they have security footage from Winco and Home Depot of them going in and buying these things. in order to, I don't know, clean up their mess, which they didn't do. Luckily, though, they didn't clean it up because that's going to have a lot of evidence to work against them. And the police have already said, like, that's all the evidence they really need. And I think these text messages will also help convict them because obviously they were well aware that the dad was not okay at this point.
If they were on the run using his credit cards, like, okay.
Yeah. So
Don't seem sketch or shady at all.
yeah, so there's a lot of evidence that
Let me
builds up against
guess. At trial, there was a masked man
Oh,
that made him do it. But
I
they
would not
let
be
them
surprised.
go.
I would not be surprised. Honestly, I would not be surprised.
Can we just put a polling bet on that?
I don't want to bet that. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm hoping they get convicted for sure, but we shall see because they're pleading not guilty.
Like she mentioned, there was security footage of Sierra in Winco where like we said, she bought bleach and Tropicana orange juice because why? Who knows? Who knows? Now, Aaron was seen inside of Home Depot purchasing a saw, lighter fluid, gloves, and a few more other items. Because why would you need that, right? What did you do? Nothing, apparently. Now, again, the scene in the house was very, very gruesome. But like we said, they left everything down to the knives, the saws, the gloves, literally anything that will hold DNA. The police now have it.
Except for they decided to take a blood-soaked rug and...
Yes, they put a blood-soaked rug inside of Daniel's truck and then used Daniel's truck as a getaway card. A getaway car. As a getaway car. Now, they didn't initially take off right away. They literally decided to run off the day before everybody came to do the welfare check and before Daniel's body was found. Now, again, why you wouldn't clean up your scene before running off?
And like, how many days were they in the house with this body?
I'm sure it reeked.
Like, I'm just wondering, did they just chill at the house with Daniel's body there? Like, what did they do?
Well, probably, especially if they were all upset and they were trying to be like, we had so much sex tonight, like... I don't know. It's just really disturbing. And on top of all this, they were using Daniel's credit cards. So why they thought that was a good idea either?
And I guess, like, let's kind of remember they are kids, teens. But I mean,
they're old enough to know that they needed to go buy all the items to do what they needed to do.
Yeah, because they probably watch crime scene shows.
So then you know to clean it up.
Yeah, but I mean, like, using credit cards and all that, and using his car as a getaway car, it was one of those things that they're like, let's just do it because this is fine. I feel like, I don't even know if they felt like they were gonna get away with it, and that's one of the things too. The therapist said that she doesn't think that they understand like the consequences of their actions because of their age, and
I mean, I can see that. I mean, when you're a kid, you really think every time you get in trouble, it's no big deal, you know,
Yeah.
until you're in serious trouble, and then you're like, oh, snap.
yeah.
Now, they were arrested. I think it was April 13th is what we what we found. They were arrested April 13th. And like we said, they were found in Salt Lake. And then they did have...
They originated... We didn't say that, sorry. They
yes.
originated in Las Vegas.
Yes, so they made it all the way from Las Vegas to Utah. After being arrested, they are now facing multiple charges. They're looking at murder with a deadly weapon, conspiracy to commit murder, first-degree arson, 4 counts of credit card theft, conspiracy to commit robbery, and robbery with a deadly weapon. Now, they had an arraignment on June 25th where they pled not guilty. So, I believe now the next thing is awaiting further trial, which should be set, I believe, in December of this year.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll be able to come back and give you guys answers. I felt like this was a case we needed to hop on because it is so recent. But hopefully we can have more information come out about this, and hopefully they do get charged with murder. Unfortunately, they can't go for the death penalty because of their age. Or I think it's only for Sierra, but...
Oh, because she's...
Yeah, I wonder if one of them is gonna rat out one, like, which one, you know?
This is gonna be really interesting. Because so far they're kind of sticking to it a little.
Yeah, and I feel like there's, like, you know, there's a truth on each side. Like, so one of them's gonna be telling the truth, one of them's gonna be lying, or there's a little bit of truth in each one. And I'm wondering what the story is gonna be. I'm really, really interested to find that out. So hopefully we have a story to come back with, and we can call them out on their baloney. So.
And all their fake emotions.
Yeah. I wonder if they feel bad.
We also found out that they're being represented by the same law firm that covered the OJ case.
Yeah. I think they're attempting to, but they might not have the money to, like, do it or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, they're attempting to go for the same guy who represented OJ. So
are they gonna use her dad's credit card to pay for that?
Probably the senator's money.
Oh, that's true. Poor senator, man. She can't go back into business.
Yeah, not after this. Time to end this video on a more positive note. We're gonna talk about the wines that we tried and let you know what we think. So the wine that I tried today is called the Collection. It's a Cabernet, and it contains sulfates. I don't know if all wines do. We haven't really figured that out, but anyway, it contains sulfates.
So far, we haven't had one that says no sulfates.
I think I looked it up, and it was saying, like, certain wines that don't have them. So I don't know. I wonder if it would make a difference. Anyway, it's more on the bold side than the light side. It's a little bit more tannic than smooth, and it's almost all the way to the dry side, rather than sweet. And it's in the middle of soft and acidic. And I guess I kind of get that, like, it does have a little bit of a sweetness, so I do see that it's not all the way dry. And it has taste notes of vanilla, oak, chocolate, cherry, raspberry, and watermelon.
Ooh.
And it's good. And it pairs well with beef, lamb, game, and chicken. So if you like dinner, drink this wine. I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's a good cab to drink and enjoy. It's nothing too strong, I don't think, anyway.
And the one I had tonight is a Zinfandel from Peachy Canyon.
Canyon.
Canyon. Canyon?
Yeah.
It's gonna be like that whole thing, like Californians don't say T's and we probably don't say Y's because that's probably why I was like Canyon, like versus like Canyon.
Gotcha.
Thinking of. Oh, well, Peachy Canyon. Alright, guys. It was delicious. I liked it. It says that it was more on the bold side versus the light side, which I can kind of get. Definitely. It says it's on the smoother side versus tannic. I could see that. And then it says it's a little bit of dry and sweet. I feel like it was, yeah, it was like, it wasn't like really sweet or dry. It was just kind of like, just like tasty.
Good.
It does say it's softer than acidic, which I can see that it does not feel acidic.
It almost feels like drinking like filtered water with like a wine taste, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's pretty smooth.
But it's really nice.
Yeah.
And it has some notes of oak, vanilla, chocolate, cherry. I don't even know what I was going to say. Rary. Cherry, raspberry. I was going to say raspberry and cherry at the same time. So cherry, raspberry, some red fruits. And of course, like most of all the red wines, it pairs well with beef, lamb, and poultry. So again, like she said, if you like dinner, here's another one to try.
I mean, if you're vegetarian, I don't know what to tell you guys. Because this doesn't say veggies.
I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't go well with like a nice
Like
salad.
a smoky, well, like even like a smoky tofu steak would probably be good.
You can make a tofu steak.
Yes.
Like we'll get into that later.
Thank you everybody for watching, and we can't wait to see you next Wednesday. Bye!